We have spent the last 2 days cleaning windows. It has been on my to-do list literally for like 2 years, and I am so excited we're getting it done, but it is so difficult. The windows, like, you probably can't tell how dirty they are, but they're filthy. They didn't quite turn out the way I'd hoped for like 4th of July pancakes, but it'll do. So behind on life, just behind in life. This has been the week of July 4th for us, but my husband had the entire week off. We were going to maybe go away for a few days, but we decided on a staycation, and instead of spending the money traveling and paying for a hotel or, you know, whatever it was, and being in the god-awful heat and being the 4th of July, everything is super congested and busy. We decided to stay home, tackle some at-home projects, but then at the same time, go like little places here and there, you know, around Dallas, take the kids places. I have almost finished 3 books since we last talked. Audiobooks. So it is the series, the first book is The Kingdom of the Wicked, and then we have The Kingdom of the Cursed, and then The Kingdom of the Feared by somebody. I give these 3 books, I am on the 3rd book and about halfway done with book 3. I give the first book 7 out of 10. The second book, I would say 7 out of 10. The 3rd book where I am now, 6 out of 10. I feel like on the 3rd book, the author was really reaching and filled in a lot of gaps with smut, sexual activity that was unnecessary and just like, why? You know what I mean? My husband came in making all kinds of noises, so I had to relocate. So anyway, I'm not mad I read these books, and I'm going to finish the 3rd one, but I don't know, they're good. They're just like, I'm coming down off of the Court of Thorns and Roses high, and I think you just can't measure these books to those books. They're not as good, but I like them. So yeah, I'm finishing book 3 in that series, and we cleaned all the windows. I know I talked a little bit about that. We had to get my son a new shelf for his room and a curtain rod and just, little things like that needed to be done around the house. And then we celebrated 4th of July just here at home. Got some little fireworks for the kids to do, and we went to a movie, blah, 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 and just been, hanging out. We took them to this really cool place today called Boulder, and it's in Grand Prairie, Texas. It is so cool if you're like in the Dallas, Fort Worth area. I highly recommend it. It is for older kids. My daughter is 5, and she could do probably about 50% of the things, but I would say it's best for like 10, 11, 12-year-olds or even adults. We enjoyed it. It is so cool though. Like, it's set up like a mountain range, or like mountains, and they have like a pretend like ice skating rink. They have like a zip line course and this huge like slide. It's set up like snow tubing, and then they even have these huge like Arctic blasts that come through, and at first I was like, man, they keep it really cold in here, and then I kept walking by these huge AC units to just blast air. I'm like, duh, it's like a Arctic blast is like in the mountains, like it's supposed to be, all that. So I don't know if it's like a chain, if they're all over, if this is just this one here in Texas, but it's Grand Prairie, Texas, and it's called Boulder. Highly recommend. It was so cool and so different. And then tomorrow we're going to Medieval Times. I've gone one time when my husband and I have been together for like 2 years. I don't know, like this October actually we will have been married 19 years. 19 years. I'm like, it does not feel like 19 years. So it's been like 17 years, I guess, since I've gone, but I thought the kids would really enjoy it, and it is a bit pricey in my opinion, but since this is really all we're doing, we're not doing any kind of big summer vacations, we're not going to the beach or anything like that. My thing is, here in Texas, we have more longer vacation time with the kids' schools than we did up in Maryland. I think because up in Maryland where we were, the schools were also closed for a lot of the Jewish holidays, which they are not closed for here. So we get longer breaks. I mean, this is just what I think. I don't know, because we didn't get these long breaks. And when we were up in Maryland at our schools there. So they get a week off for spring break in March. We get a week off for fall break in October. We get a week off at Thanksgiving. And then we get almost 3 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's, like the end of December into January. So we get a lot of longer, because I think in Maryland we got like, a couple days here off in October for the Jewish holidays and like different, and then there was more snow closures, up in Maryland too, that we had to close for, which we don't here in Texas. So I don't know if that's legit or if I'm just making it up, but that's what it feels like to me. Of course, when we were in Maryland, my son only went to school for kindergarten. So I could just be making this up and it's like totally wrong. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, but it certainly feels like there's more weeks off than, here and there time off. So Anyway, I would rather do our, I guess, one big vacation of the year or whatever when we're off for the either spring break or that week in October, because I feel like not a lot of people get that week off in October, and things would be less costly. It would be cheaper to go somewhere in October and less crowded and less hot, because it's hot down here, y'all. We would have to fly somewhere and get out of this heat, which would be like $1,500 just probably for the flight, and then paying, you know, it all adds up so quickly, especially when you're paying now for 4 people. The food, the hotel, the flight, the car rental if you need a car rental, then your attractions, like where are you going, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, how people afford to go on these big nice vacations? Like, we need to save up for years. So anyway, maybe we'll do something in the spring break, or I'm thinking the October break. Maybe we'll go do something, because it'll still be warm enough to where it's not too cold, but it won't be hot enough to where it's too hot. Hopefully it'll be that sweet spot. I actually want to go, there's this place in Arkansas. It's a state park in, I think, North Arkansas. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you can go dig for diamonds. Did you know you can do that? And if you find whatever you find, you can keep it. And is it called Diamond Crater? I don't know. Google it. I'm sure it will come up. North Arkansas State Park diamond digging, or just look up diamond digging in Arkansas. I really want to do that. So I'm thinking about doing that in October. I think that will be fun and different. And hopefully there's other things to do around that area. So I can go find me a big old diamond. So anyway, that's just what we've been doing. We have deep cleaned and, you know, taking the kids here and there and done that. Like one morning we went out to breakfast, which is not something we normally do. We just have breakfast here, just for something different, you know. And we went to the movies. We went to Boulder. Tomorrow we'll do Medieval Times. And I told y'all we got that like summer pass for Chuck E. Cheese. So we'll probably do that, which ended up really being good. The kids love doing that, and I like it too. So anyways, the kids are in bed. It's like 9 o'clock now. My husband and I are gonna go sit outside for a little bit, just hang out there. I'll probably finish listening to my smutty book. I'm almost done with this one, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna read next. I have been diving hardcore into book talk, TikTok, where people recommend their books, and I saw something the other day. It was a set of your favorite, like who's your favorite romance books, but where the villain ends up getting the girl. And it said on there, and this was like, that makes sense. It said something about like, you shouldn't want the hero because the hero will sacrifice you for the greater good. You should want the villain because he will burn down the world for you. And I'm like, this makes sense. So what I'm saying is, in my own little fantasy world, send me the villain.